What up, guys? Today's video we are gonna talk about the biggest bulking mistake. The mistake I did in my early days in this fitness journey, and the biggest mistake most guys make when they try to build muscle mass. Okay? Now, when I wanted to bulk, right, I would cut down. I would be very lean, right? Shredded abs, veins everywhere. I looked awesome. Then I wanted to put on muscle mass. So I started a fucking bulk. Ate in a calorie surplus, trained like a beast. Then I gained a little bit of fat and a little bit of water weight. And I got scared, right? Because I'm a former fatty. I was fat as fuck once back in the day, you know? So I was afraid of fat. I put on a little bit of fat. I started to look soft. I put on water weight. I got scared and I just went back. I stopped my bulk after a few months and went back to cutting. And doing that really fucks up your hormones. When you are constantly in a cutting phase with low amount of calories, you're gonna fuck up your hormones and your fucking body. Right? That's the point where guys stay skinny fat all their fucking lives. Okay? So what was the mistake you're asking from that? The biggest mistake I see guys make is not committing to a serious bulk. Okay? Because that is what's necessary to put on a lot of muscle mass. If your goal is to be as big as possible, gain as much muscle as humanly possible, then you will have to commit to a long term bulk. There's no fucking way around that, okay? The biggest bullshit I see is when I see fitness guys saying you should bulk for 2 to 3 weeks, then cut for 2 to 3 weeks, right? Me personally, I just don't believe that. Because logically, right? The body is constantly in one state. It's either in a gaining phase or a losing phase. You know, your body, and if you're doing that, if you follow that advice, you're basically saying that your body can be at this, that your body can lose fat, gain muscle at a very rapid pace in a very short amount of time, which is, it's not possible. You're not gonna gain any muscle mass in 2 to 3 weeks, right? I mean, it's such a small amount. I just don't think that's an optimal way to build muscle, in my opinion. Maybe these things work for these guys, but in my opinion, it's not optimal. So, this mistake that I did, I didn't put any amount of muscle mass on. I just put on unnecessary fat, and I had to cut down again. And this time it was a lot harder because my hormones were already fucked up, right? And I regretted it. Of course, I still regret it. get a notebook and write this shit down. If you are serious about putting on muscle, you cannot be scared of putting on fat. That's the truth. It's like fucking chess, right? Sometimes you gotta sacrifice the queen, so you gotta win. The same here. Sometimes you just have to sacrifice your abs. To build muscle, you have to sacrifice your abs. Okay? Because you have to commit to a long-term bulk. I recommend at least a year of bulking. Not on and off, bulk cut, maintain. Just a long-term bulk for a whole fucking year. That's what you have to do to put on a ton of muscle mass. And yeah, you're gonna put on a little bit of fat, but next time you cut down, man, you're gonna look like a fucking beast. So it's gonna be worth it. Trust me. Right? It's gonna be fucking worth it. Plus, when you put on a little bit of fat, you're gonna look a lot bigger in clothes when you're bulking. Right? You're gonna look like a beast in clothes. Yeah, maybe when you take your shirt off, you're not gonna look like a beast, but you're still gonna look big. You're gonna look like an off-season bodybuilder, right? Now, when I say commit to a bulk, I don't say overdo it. The highest body fat you should get to by the end of the year is about 20%. Don't go more than that, okay? So what I recommend, first you have to cut down to about 10% body fat. Then you bulk up for a whole year to about 20% and cut down again to the 10%. Because in a year, you can definitely put on 15 to 20 pounds of muscle, depending on how long you've trained. But you can put on at least 15 pounds, right? 10, 15 pounds definitely you can put on. And I still regret, my actions back then. Because when I was younger, I never did a serious bulk. I never committed to a serious bulk. Maybe I wasted away my beginning potential, right? But it doesn't matter, because now I'm gonna get the same results I could get back then, but now I'm gonna get them later. The fact is, I could get them a lot sooner if I was smart, right? If I wasn't a fucking idiot, I could get them a lot sooner, and I could have been a lot bigger right now. But what you gonna do, right? There's gonna be a lot of trial and error in your fitness journey. We learn from our mistakes, and that's fucking necessary for success. To learn and overcome. Okay? Now, one more time. If you want success in your bulk, if you're serious about putting on mass, commit to a long-term bulk for at least a fucking year. Accept the fat. You gotta truly accept the fat. Love it. If you have to. Right? And it's gonna be worth it in the long term. Thanks for watching, guys. I really hope this video helped you out. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, and definitely subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. Peace out.